Thinking about moving into a brand new community, here are 10 things you need to know first. I have these separated into 5 categories, but if you stick around to the end, I'll have a bonus for you. Who doesn't love the idea of being the very first person in the house? You know, not dealing with other people's problems. This is your house. It only has ever been your house. But before you get swept up in the romanticizing of your brand new home, let's talk reality. While builders show you the vision, they don't always show you the whole picture of what you can expect. And I want you to be prepared. So let's get into it. First category, I'm calling construction zone. A new home isn't instant. Think of it like a good brisket. You're gonna wanna smoke that for like a day at least, right? For that to be really good. Most builds take 6 to 12 months. So if you're moving here from California or Chicago or somewhere in the Northeast and your lease is up, maybe building is not for you. Then we can talk inventory homes. There's options for everybody. But if you are building, keep in mind, these are people building these homes. And so a lot of things have to fall in place, especially to be exactly the way you want it. But things like weather can definitely cause delays. And if you've never lived in Texas or you don't know anyone in the area, weather can go from perfectly fine to crazy in a day, and our crazy can get pretty crazy. So second, get ready for the view. That's gonna be right as you step out of your door or your backyard. That's gonna be dust and dirt and mud and trucks and noise. Right? You're living in an active construction zone. So to get those great deals early on in a community, you're gonna have to be okay with living in an active construction zone. Next is finances. So let's talk money. Those that are relocating to Texas from somewhere else may have never heard of the concept of a MUD or a PID. These are often put in place to get a community started, to bring the infrastructure, to bring the sidewalks and the grassy areas, to all the sewage. And they are added on to your monthly payment, so they can make your budget a little bit smaller than you might have thought. So oftentimes this, coupled with property taxes, can be higher than established homes in older communities. And another important piece to consider for finances is going to be that HOA monthly fee, because oftentimes there are beautiful amenities, resort style pools, dog parks, walking trails, all that, and it does take some upkeep. And so living there will cost you that monthly HOA fee. You can think of that as like a subscription fee to participate in all the great things around you. So speaking about amenities, that brings me to my next category, amenities and location. So moving in early is kind of like pre-ordering a video game. You get it now just to get that better price, but the expansion packs are coming later, right? You'll see the beautiful renderings of the clubhouse to come and the pool, but those are often bigger than your home. So they may take a little bit longer to build than your home. And then speaking of your particular lot, the trees are still teenagers. It may take 10 to 15 years to enjoy the shade from those trees. You just gotta be patient. Also keep in mind, new construction is often on the edge of city growth. That means more house for your money, but you may have a little bit more commute. And that Starbucks or Walmart that you're used to going to may just be another 10-minute drive to the next already built city. Next category is gonna be neighborhood and expectations. So let's talk style. Some communities are very uniform, with every house kind of looking the same. You see this a lot in townhomes or one builder communities. I will say that the ones I work with do a really good job at making it not look like that, but you'll still see quite a bit of similarities. So if you want a home that is just kind of unique and you can really pick out your home from the bunch, maybe a new home community isn't for you. And finally, that open field behind your home could be whatever. You don't have control over that. It could be a school, eventually a park, more homes, some commercial building could be back there. The only way to kind of avoid that is if right behind your house is a lake. That doesn't tend to change. But buying early means you're buying into the future vision of that whole area. Now, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you for sticking with me, and I'll give you that bonus. A reason people may not want new construction is because they have design preferences that may have gone slightly out of style. There's nothing wrong with that. New construction homes just try to change and adapt, and oftentimes they'll push out some features that some people may have fallen in love with. Some examples I can think of would be those barrel ceilings or a coffered ceiling. If you're not familiar with that, it's those squares that the beams make. So if you really love those, maybe look into a newly built home that's 4 or 5 years old, because those were everywhere, now they're not. And if you do want something like that in your home, nowadays you'll be spending extra because it's not one of their typical design features. A new construction home can be an amazing choice, but it's crucial to go into it with eyes wide open and to have clear expectations. And that's what I'm trying to provide here today. My goal is to help you feel confident and prepared for one of the biggest decisions of your life. If you're thinking about a move, whether it's new construction or something else, I would love to connect. My team and I, we specialize in new construction. We help people move to Texas every single week, and we'd be happy to help you and be that resource for your family. And if you're watching this video and all these kind of tick boxes for you and you're like, no, not new construction, we can still help out, obviously. We are native to this area. We know all the ins and outs. We love to connect your lifestyle preferences and budget to the right home, the right community for you. But as always, we don't know you need help until you reach out. So please reach out, and I'll see you on the next one.